I already know what I'm going to do and it's so stupid. This is going to be my Backrooms 2026 review. Before getting into anything, I'm glad they just didn't slap a VHS filter and called it a day, which is what a lot of people thought it was going to be like. I'm sorry a JPEG of Kanye West is not chasing you around a Gmod map, or it's not level 278 with 70% survivability rate. Get real. It's Kane Parsons' versions of the Backrooms, which I remember seeing his videos back when they were released. Getting into the movie, the atmosphere was built really well. The bit at the start with the bird scared me so bad. We get a little introduction with the characters, Clark being in therapy and telling the therapist, Mary, about his unhappy life. Now how he actually discovers the back rooms is he's in the furniture store that he owns and the lights start acting up, causing him to drunkenly get annoyed and stomp downstairs until he sees a sliver of light. And that's when we get to the good stuff. When he first goes in, there's something that's familiar. He then explores a bit and then sees a stop sign that really should have been his sign to go back, but he continues. But when he reaches this one hallway with a cardboard cutout, my heart sank, because at first glance I thought it would be a weeping angel sitch, and I'm just not a fan of that. Also, when he discovers the duffel bag, Beck? What's he doing in here? The sounds of the monster when he's scrambling to go to that little door, oh my god. But him taking that store back was so funny. Of course when he's out and he goes to tell people what he found, they just do not believe him. But then when he brings his workers to the place, my stress levels were increasing.
Alright, you filming?
Yeah.
I don't see why Bobby has to be the one to go.
I want to.
Well, he's the one with the camera.
Well, it's not like it's attached.
Would have been scarier if the excursion, what a word, was going somewhat well so that when they headed back, the entrance doesn't work anymore. That would have been good, because then it's just like, what do I do? But then the more I think about it, the more I get why they can go back and forth. And that's because the Backrooms is everyone's escape almost. So it's like they keep going back to the stuff that's plaguing their brains. It's like a metaphor. But when Bobby, which is one of the workers, is in that laundry area, my stomach actually dropped when I saw that face in the clothes. When I saw clips on TikTok though, I realised it was just the cardboard cutout. But obviously at first glance, I see something, I'm gonna cover my face. But that's what makes horror good in my eyes. It's the fact that they don't outright focus on it. Because if a horror movie is just straight up jump scares where it goes bah, 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 it really removes the fear factor for me. The scariest moment I think for me was the Christmas tree bit with the woman chasing him. I genuinely couldn't look at the screen. I was literally just like, monkey covering eyes emoji. Thanks. And then when he reaches the pool rooms and the camera just starts lifting up slowly, I'm just gonna cut to the bit where Mary reaches that little corner room and then Clark is seen behind the wall. We get a smidge of understanding with what's going on, especially when Clark says it's just me when they hear the monster again. But then he takes her out and then kidnaps her. When she wakes up, they're in a dining room. When they were at the table and the still lifes were in the room, I was just waiting for one of them to move. And I still jumped when the guy turned on the lamp. It genuinely makes me have the heebie-jeebies. After the dinner scene, the monster is finally revealed and it's Captain Clark. He then picks up Clark and turns out he's not friendly and then takes a bite out of his shoulder. The whole point of the Backrooms, at least how I'm interpreting and understanding it, it's the uncanniness and the unknown that makes it really scary. And sure, the monster was unsettling with the big eyes. That freaked me out. But it would have been better for me if they didn't show the monster visibly, if that makes sense. But with how the movie was going and its themes, I get why it looked like Clark. The monster, I guess, mimicked his struggles and the things that took a toll on him, which essentially is his job. But when it came to the chase scene and Mary was on that ledge going towards the stairs, that annoyed me because by all means move at a glacial pace. And when she's running away and finds herself in the Backrooms version of the furniture store, when it cuts back to Captain Clark at the top of the staircase, oh my god. All I can think about is that Jack Manifold clip where he goes, run, 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 run. Eventually she escapes. I'm putting that in air quotes because when she asks Phil, who's the scientist that's interviewing her after they extract her from that place, she goes, what's gonna happen to me? And he tells her it's not up to him. And after a bit of conversation, the cut to Mary's still life, sitting in the chair in complete silence. Nope, 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 nope. Quick detour to talk about the soundtrack. When Mary is in her house having like a little get together, they played Ulterior Motives. I clocked that as soon as I heard the first note. I remember it was only recently they found the clean version of the song, because I still remember back in 2023, I'm 90% sure, there was only a small snippet that they could work with. The score is amazing. I think the most intense song was when Mary was about to go into the back rooms, and you can hear her heartbeat, and it kind of blended in with the song. I don't know how they made the score so eerie, but there's a sense of familiarity between all the tracks. And with the final scenes, Mary getting interviewed by Phil and him going, "Do you recognize him? I am an architect."